My mother only does that when she's already decided I'm the villain. So when she cleared her throat and said, "Your sister is coming with her 2 kids to live with us, so you need to leave, you parasite," it didn't even feel like a conversation. It felt like a sentence being read aloud. I remember the scrape of her spoon against the mug, the way she smiled as if she were delivering a punchline. And I remember the heat in my chest dying into something colder. "You're joking, right?" I asked. She laughed. Actually laughed. "No, I'm serious." That was the moment the last thread snapped. I wasn't always the family scapegoat. Growing up, I was the reliable one, quiet, steady, the kid who cleaned up messes no one thanked me for. My sister was the hurricane. Dramatic, irresponsible, always somehow the victim. My mother worshipped that chaos. She called it personality. Whenever my sister blew up her life, my mother opened her arms. Whenever I held my life together, my mother acted like I was bragging. But even with the imbalance, I stayed. I helped. I paid half the bills. Cooked. I maintained the house my mother was letting rot under her own apathy. I convinced myself she needed me. Turns out, she just needed someone to blame. The signs had been there for weeks. My mother whispering on the phone. My sister's sudden flood of dramatic texts about her impossible situation. My mother asking me, casually, how quickly I could transition out if I ever needed to. I didn't push. I never push. I just watched. Then 3 days before the blow-up, my mother came home with trash bags and said she needed to clear space. She started measuring the hallway. She asked if I needed all the furniture in my room. Betrayal doesn't always arrive as a knife in the back. Sometimes it walks right up to your face, smiles, and asks for the knife back because it belongs to the family. When she finally told me to leave, something inside me clicked into place. Not anger, not heartbreak, clarity. She thought she could throw me out of the home I'd been paying for. Literally paying for. My name was on the lease. I covered 2/3 of the rent. I handled the maintenance, the paperwork, the damn light bulbs. Yet she called me a parasite. It was almost funny. So I didn't shout, didn't argue, didn't defend myself. I simply nodded and said, okay, because I already knew what I was going to do. The next morning, while she went to pick up my sister and the kids, I packed everything I owned. Every last item I'd bought with my money. Furniture? Mine. Kitchen appliances? Mine. Wi-Fi? Mine. Utilities? All in my name. I moved swiftly, quietly, like a man evacuating a city before the bombs drop. Then I called the landlord. I told him I was removing myself from the lease. I told him the remaining tenant had no income and had not paid her portion in 3 months. He sighed, said he figured as much, and approved the lock change. I paid the locksmith to change every door and window lock. I canceled the Wi-Fi, the electricity, the gas, everything I paid for. Finally, I left my mother's key on the empty kitchen counter and walked out. Not with rage, with peace. She called 3 hours later. First, it was the confused tone. Then the rising panic. Then the anger. Why won't my key work? Where are you? Your sister and the kids are sitting on the porch with their luggage. This is unbelievable. I put her on speaker and let silence stretch until it hurt. Then I said, you told me to leave, so I did. That's not what I meant. She snapped. You don't get to run away and take everything. This is my home. No, I said. It was my home. I funded it, maintained it, lived in it. You made it clear my presence wasn't wanted. So now I'm gone. And everything I paid for is gone with me. I could hear my sister in the background asking what was happening. I could hear the children whining. I could hear the unraveling. Come back, my mother said finally, voice cracking. Please, we can talk. You laughed. I reminded her. What? When I asked if you were joking. You laughed. The silence on the line was better than any apology she could have offered. Then I hung up. I live alone now. Small apartment. Quiet. Clean. Mine. Sometimes my phone lights up with a number I recognize but no longer feel connected to. I don't block her. I don't respond either. Letting the calls ring out is its own kind of closure. People think revenge is loud. slamming doors, screaming matches, triumphant speeches. But real revenge? Real revenge is leaving someone to sit in the emptiness they created with their own hands. My mother thought I was a parasite. She learned I was the foundation. And when a foundation walks away, the whole house collapses. Quietly, completely, and exactly as it was built to.